Om Shanti. So welcome to Soul, and this is Rose from Brahma Kumaris in Glasgow. And we are going to talk about letting go of the past. So if I look at the past and think about what is actually the past, we've been on a long journey, even if you only count your life. Second by second, day by day, year by year, we've collected a lot of memories. And we recorded those memories. So we have a bundle. It's as if our head is a cupboard. Our mind, our intellect is full of those memories. Some of them may be still useful to us, and others are not so useful. So how can I stop the past being intrusive in the present? Because sometimes if we're trailing along a lot of sadness, it creates heaviness in us forever, day in, day out, year in, year out. I remember, woe is me, oh my goodness, if only, if only, if only. Oh gosh, I feel so sad because I remembered this today, and oh, I feel so rejected and heartbroken. So whatever happens, it leaves a memory, a recording. So when I practice Raj Yoga meditation, it's not to get rid of the past. Everything has its place, but to value the present, because that's where we're living now, in the present. And the burden of the sad things from the past will stop me from happiness today, because it will constantly intrude into my present. Things will trigger me off, a colour, a person, a sound, a song, and I'm sad. And I think, oh, if only, why? Oh gosh. And even happy things can make me sad because it's not there anymore. And therefore I can think, oh gosh, I wonder what might have been. I wonder. Or why did that happen to spoil something that was so beautiful? So, however, today I have the power to change these thoughts and feelings. And how is it I would change them? I'm recording moment by moment. And when I practice meditation, then more and more I can begin to see the power of being peaceful, and that my original nature is pure energy, feelings of peace, which allow me to be kindly and loving and can encourage happiness. So I can bring those energies back to me today. And I need to make a space for those energies to come back. I need to transform some of the old energies that's causing me sadness. And so moment by moment I can learn to view the past in a more positive way. As I meditate, I become clearer. It's very freeing to learn about habits by observing the past. and realise that memories are not always accurate. They may be a little bit, but I've maybe changed them a little bit. Because as I replay stories, it's tempting to alter the story. So I haven't even told myself the truth about my memories. However, honesty is the best policy. So why is this, and why did I alter it? And as I look at what I think are my memories, have I put too much of the blame on someone else? Maybe I can look at it very clearly and see that, well, maybe it wasn't quite like that. So maybe I can brush up those memories. And then there's some memories maybe of no use to me now. So what's the point of thinking of things that created huge pain and it's gone and there's no way of fixing in any way? There's always a way, actually. I can send good wishes to whoever I was interacting with, and an unpleasant outcome, I can see it as perhaps having been beneficial in some way. Because letting go of the past does not mean to let go of memories, but just to use any reflection to learn from, and then to let go. Because now I'm in today's world, and I have to make the most of what's in today's world. So what is it I should begin looking at? What is it that triggers off feelings of discomfort within me now? So before going to sleep at night, look at what made you uncomfortable. So have a few minutes of meditation to yourself, with God if possible, or with yourself if need be. Talk to yourself and make decisions for the way forward. Like, I'm going to do something different here, or I'm going to have better feelings towards whatever happened there. Practice putting a full stop. This actually gives you power when you put a full stop, because that which was hurting you is eroding your energy. So just imagine how many things of discomfort we have inside our mind that's eroding our power. So just pausing the drama for a second, and at that point nothing is happening, I'm just sitting, perhaps even sitting by myself. So stop and be quiet and be at peace, and then I can pack up my thoughts. You know, it seems so simple, but when I do that, I pack up something that's been taking away my energy. And if I have the habit, here's something else the next time, here's something else, I'll pack up on that, and oh, here's something else. Then my energy can grow and develop. So do everything in our power to not add any more hurt feelings into your memory track. Allow your memory track to have times of being calm. How can I do that? So no matter how awful something is, I can start to see it in the right way by understanding the role that my own emotions play, and how they have been playing and tugged here and there along that journey that we call our life journey. And I've been carrying that with me, every hurt, every sadness, carrying it every day. And that's why I become weaker and weaker. Do I need to carry heavy emotions with me into the future? Does that make sense? Does it make sense that I carry these things with me? And will I keep them till the end of my story, the end of my journey, to my last breath, to the end of my life? I'll have no power to the end of my life. I'll add to them because the habits will still be there. Doesn't make sense, does it? Will I keep them till the end of my story? If I do, when I come to the end of my story, we all do. I mean, this is not dramatic. We all do. We have a lifespan. We know that. We've had a journey. The journey comes to an end. So if I keep all these heavy things with me, then I come to the end of my story, I'll be sad and full of regret. I wish I had. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I'd said something. I wish I'd been kinder. I wish I'd been friendlier. I wish I could have put that right. And so I have to look at this, that my natural state is peaceful. That's why we feel so upset by things that are not peaceful in our lives. And then I picked up some emotional baggage on the journey. So how can meditation help me? I have to remember I'm a soul, and that the one with all the energies that I require for my journey is the one above, the highest energy. That energy is purest and the ocean of peace, the ocean of love and the ocean of happiness. So if I can meditate and think about that one and what the meaning is of knowing that one and knowing that I'm a soul and that those same energies are actually within me. And I can't get those energies from human beings. This is a deal between me and the one above. So can I now move into the future with less emotional baggage and more lightheartedness and courage? So we make our own journey, we create our own story. And we did not know on that long journey about the soul, or the energies of the soul, and how we could calm our emotions. And to remember, everything leaves a memory, a recording. So the more I think of peace, the more I think of love, and the more I think of happiness, it's leaving a memory, a recording. And again, it's not to get rid of the past, but to value the present. I begin to overwrite the past and keep what I want to keep, but to get rid of everything that's making me uncomfortable. And it's today where I create my future, and I am recording over the old, moment by moment. And as I meditate, I become more and more clear. And I free myself more and more from emotional feelings of the past by observing the past. I also realize I can put things right now in my mind and think how to make it accurate as it actually happened, not as I changed it to make it feel better. So it's not by changing it, but it's to overwrite it with happiness and lightness and forgiveness, but not to change the actual story, to say, well, actually we didn't go there, we went there, because that's not true, because it's recorded. Okay, so remember not to blame others and to have an honest heart. This is the very, very best way I can think. And to look at what is it that's triggering within me now feelings of discomfort, and say, I have to put this right. I put it right in my own mind. Okay. Om Shanti. So perhaps we have some questions.
Could you say something about the change process being a little bit uncomfortable or a lot uncomfortable? I was thinking about when things are familiar, we associate that with comfort or with the known, and then to move into something new can feel a bit tricky.
Well, what you're saying is that it's tricky because you form the energy patterns of the old. Mm-hmm. And anything that we try to change causes a bit of a upset in our energy patterns. So it's like our energy patterns have a bit of a commotion there. So I can feel quite uncomfortable and get tugged in a couple of different directions and think, well, what's this all about? It's like if I'm unwell and I get medicine, quite often they'll say you'll feel a lot worse when you take this medicine. Why? Because the unwell has moved that particular situation, energy situation, into a situation that's downgraded because there's an illness there. Now, when I take medicine that's going to make that better, just say it does make it better, then there's going to be a change in your energy patterns. So even though you're getting well, you can feel quite unwell and think this medicine isn't working. But it is working. It's just you have to go with the change and see that, oh, a lot of people nowadays, they've figured it out in a way, but they don't know about the soul, so they call it detox. And they say you'll feel really unwell when you do this because you'll have a detox. It's the body trying to go back to how it was before the sickness. So in a way it's trying to reverse itself back in time, in a way you could say. And that's going to cause a bit of upheaval in the body system. So it's the same when we try to look at the past and the unpleasant things or the things I don't want now. I'm going to try and put things back in their place. And as I put things back in their place, it will cause a bit of a detox, a spiritual detox. So to go beyond that and know that what you're doing is going to bring you happiness and power and strength. Okay, thank you.
And recognising how exhausting emotion is. extremes of emotion. What would you say on a practical level? What kind of thoughts can I create when I'm starting off trying to calm down those emotions to move into a more natural, calm, sort of balanced emotional state on a daily basis, if I've been used to being on an emotional roller coaster every day?
Okay. We sometimes think emotions are great and they're making me feel really like dancing and singing and happy and all the rest of it. Well, I'm not saying don't go there, but what I'm saying is have a look at the type of emotions, because most emotions in today's lifestyle are peacelessness. And what we're practicing is peacefulness, which is why I need periods of stillness and silence. And if I don't have periods of stillness and silence, I'm trying to understand something while still in states of huge emotional disturbances in my mind, and it won't actually work. I need to make myself calm if I want any of this to resonate. Om Shanti.
There's an interesting question online, which is someone who talks to their younger self to reassure their
older selves
in the past, maybe have been through some things, and they sort of reassure their younger self like everything's going to get better, it's going to be okay. But is wondering, how do I move forward without leaving that behind in the wrong way, so that you still feel a connection to your past?
That's very nice, but the more you let go the heavy emotion and the disturbance, you will come closer to your younger self in real time, because you get fresher, purer, more empowered, clearer, more loving, light-hearted, more strength of the body, more strength of the mind, more capacity to think, more than your younger self was able to, because it didn't understand. Your younger self, if you look at it, you possibly look at the body self, and actually now we're looking at the whole package. You'll find the benefit in your body, your mind, your connections, everything, as you start to put the energy back via the mind and peacefulness.
I liked when you said you overwrite the past with happiness and lightness. It's not that you forget it, but your vision of it changes.
Yeah. You want me to talk about that? Yeah, your vision will change. So sometimes you'll see that you were blaming someone dramatically for 20 years, 30 years, and when you start to look, you think, actually maybe I was pretty involved there as well. It wasn't all their fault. So you're now putting that difference into the equation. You overwrite it with what you now see as accurate, or you could overwrite it by saying, I'm not going there anymore. It's caused me so much trauma, and it was kind of foolish, I was really carried away there. Or you'll see something, you'll see that it drained you of energy, it changed your personality, it made you sad for years and years. You don't want to go there anymore, so you're overwriting. You're making decisions now for what you're not going to carry with you. You cannot change what happened, but you can decide what you're going to take along with you for the next part of your journey. Om Shanti. So we'll have a couple of minutes of meditation. So we'll sit and we'll focus on the center of the forehead. That we're energy. This energy drives the body. This energy has always been the energy that empowered the body, the mind, the intellect, the body. But I was completely unaware So the same energy, the same me, a bit changed by the journey, but now I can understand I am the energy in the centre of the forehead. And I don't want to carry sadness, and I don't want to carry wrong ideas of others and keep blaming them till the end of my journey. It's now my time to realize myself and take responsibility for my thoughts, my words, my deeds, my interactions with others. And if I'm very, very honest in my heart, I will see that I have blamed others quite often unnecessarily for actions that I performed. And for that, in my heart, I will sincerely want to send good vibrations and love and change that image very, very dramatically. And I'll hope they pick up the signal, or if I'm still in connection, I can change the relationship. Even if someone has left their body, I can send those signals to them, because they will pick it up and it will make their thinking lighter, because they're also carrying the other side of those memories. And they also will be disempowered and sad and distressed. Even if they've left their bodies, the memory patterns will have gone with them. So now I can be helpful. I can be honest and loving, light-hearted and forgiving. I am the soul, the energy in this physical body. I am peace. Peace is our greatest power. Everything comes from peacefulness. So I look at peacelessness. This is how I overwrite from peacelessness to peacefulness. Because now I understand I am the soul. Om.